Hello everyone, this is Pico Entertainment again, and we are back now, and we're going to talk just quickly about the recent news that the Tokyo Olympics that were due to take place summer later this year have been postponed. And finally, this was a decision that people were talking about for months, ever since really we first caught wind of the coronavirus and the fact that it was going to be more than just a trivial kind of outbreak. This was going to affect everybody on a global scale. One of the first issues from a sporting point of view was that the Tokyo Olympics had to be cancelled, bearing in mind that Tokyo is within close proximity kind of China and Korea, where the outbreak kind of originated from. I've always maintained that it was never going to be on the cards that the Olympics could be a feasible option to be carried out, right? It's just too much of a risk, and you're asking multiple nations to travel all that distance to a place that's in close proximity to where the disease originated from, right? Just widening the spread, or the potential of the spread, amongst various groups of various countries, and who are then going to be travelling back after being in the Olympics, 3 to 4 weeks. It was just never a fathomable possibility that this event could take place, particularly when we would see other events. I've talked previously about football events being cancelled. We recently saw the European Championships for football finally being postponed last week. I said that was a long time coming as well. And we saw in America, baseball and basketball and other sporting events, and it's branched out to movies, entertainment, television. You had all these industries being cancelled. We've seen lockdowns and quarantines in all countries, and yet it took such a long time for the Olympics to be postponed. I just never understood why. That should have been the first really sporting event that should have been postponed. There was no real possibility it could have taken place, really. So if we just quickly look at the statement that have been, there were talks between Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach, and this led to a confirmation of a decision made inevitable by the coronavirus pandemic. The statement from the Japan's Prime Minister basically saying, "We agreed that a postponement would be the best way to ensure that the athletes are in peak condition when they compete, to guarantee the safety of the spectators." Right? So the games must be rescheduled to a date beyond 2020, but no later than summer 2021, to safeguard the health of the athletes, everybody involved in the Olympic Games, and the international community. So that was a further statement from the organising committee of the Olympic Games. So again, just no surprises. Just the only surprise for me was that it just took so long. This should have been, again, a first announcement. So I'm guessing they're going to look to take place next year. I don't really see the problem it being a year later. I know obviously the Olympic Games intertwine with the World Championships, right, of athletics, which take place every 2 years, as opposed to the Olympics, which take place every 4 years. So again, being optimistic, hopefully by next year we've kind of got to grips with this virus and we can have the Olympics take place, and then it would further just the athletics tour, and then we could have the European or the World Athletics Championships take place a year later. So yeah, it's no real kind of difficulty such as to move it to the next year, because we have to, right? Public health, public safety, that's the priority at the end of the day. So there's no issues, and I know there's a lot of money to be taken. I've read reports that there's roughly been anything from 12 billion spent in terms of putting on the event and all the promotion and the marketing and the building of all the stadium, etc., etc. So yeah, massive amount, but at the end of the day, people's lives are at risk, and the cases are just increasing and more every day. I think we're close now to 400,000 cases, I think, globally now, as I speak now. That'll probably go up within a day or two of me making this video alone. So there was no real possibility that they could have put on an event, so no surprises there. I'm sure we're going to get more news and updates as we go along. So that was just my quick thoughts on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. There's no real debate at this point when we see any kind of future sporting event. I've talked a lot about boxing, and I'm pretty sure any boxing fights that are scheduled to take place in May and June or July, I'm pretty sure they're going to end up being cancelled as well. I've commented previously about other tennis events, the French Open being moved forward, and of course we had the Euros being postponed as well, right? So yeah, just no surprises on here. Just a quick thought and my quick updates. Really, there's not really a lot more we can say about the Olympic Games being postponed. Like I said, it should have happened ages ago, but now they've finally seen sense and they've made a decision, which is fair enough, and credit to them for finally taking that decision upon them. But you let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with this? Do you don't agree with this? Do you think it's good that they've moved this event to 2021, or do you think it should be kind of voided altogether and then postponed for the next Olympics, which are due after? Because we just don't know what's going to happen with this virus, how much further it's going to take place or not. Will it get better, or when the spread will start to kind of decline and slow down? We are hearing reports a lot from China now that they've kind of now, the spread has slowed down a lot, so they're slowly, I think, easing up on their quarantining now. There's reports being that they're going to soon reopen their theatres, like for cinema movies, but I don't think it's going to be an instant case of, oh, we'll just open everything back up again. It's going to be a much more of a slow, gradual kind of easing into it, because you never know, people may get reinfected again. This is the problem you have with coronavirus, where you don't have a vaccination, right? So even though people have got the virus, they've recovered and they've seen a slowing down in the spread, we may get an increase 2 months, 3 months further down the line. So you've kind of got to be very careful once you get a grip on the spread and you see a slow decline in infections, when you kind of start to ease off and start kind of lessening the quarantine and open up the doors again. So you've got to be very careful for when you start to do that. So yeah, I don't think there was a problem there, but you let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll keep you updated and I'll keep doing more videos as I can. Again, I'm going to collate the events over a week or so and then put them out there. I'm sure you can read up on Twitter and get the events daily as you want to, as I'm sure everybody is anyway. But yeah, so those are just my quick thoughts. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay safe for now. Keep washing your hands at safe distances. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon.